One of the most commonly asked questions I get when I'm streaming, link in the description by the way, is how do I get into RuneScape 3 as a new player, or what are the best things to do for a returning one? My answer obviously always is, please don't, but in all seriousness, absolutely do, as it will be an incredible journey through the world of Gielinor. I mean, there is a good reason why you never quit this game and simply go AFK. In this video, I will tell you everything you need to know to return to RS3 or start your first ever journey through the magical world of Gielinor, as it pretty much comes down to the same thing in 2025. Trust me, it will all make sense later in this video. Enough yapping however, my name is Chevalric, and let's talk about it. The first major piece of advice I'm going to give you is a bit of a boring one, and one you probably don't want to hear when you click on a video like this. Don't worry, all the other tips that come after this will be more specific and will set you up for your new or returning journey. But truthfully, this piece of advice is the best I can give you, as I simply can't make a video covering everything you need to know, as there's simply too much information. Whenever in doubt, use the RuneScape wiki. You feel lost training mining, wiki mining training guide. You might be looking for a specific moneymaker relating to your higher skill, wiki moneymaker for that skill. Or you want to know how to get a particular item, I think you get the gist of it. The wiki is honestly your best bet for any piece of information regarding RuneScape and can be accessed through the wiki button in-game or simply in a browser window. Actually, on the topic of information, what types of videos would you guys like to see regarding new and returning player help? I'm looking to make more of these types of videos throughout 2025, so if you have any particular requests, please leave them down below. And whilst you're down there, leave a like and subscribe, as we're trying to get to 10k subscribers by the end of 2025. Now that we got the obvious piece of advice out of the way, the biggest tip I can give you is to focus on necromancy. RuneScape is not a class-based MMO, but necromancy does outclass most other combat styles, especially early to mid-game. Necromancy is a combat style that can be unlocked by going through the portal near the Draenor Lodestone, and that narrates your progress through quests and activities. If you are a returning player, spacebarring dialogue might be in your nature, but necromancy is the one skill you probably don't want to spacebar, as it explains everything you need to know, from how to use certain abilities through the ability pop-ups when you unlock them, to how to upgrade your gear and weapons from tier 10 to tier 90, and quite frankly, everything in between. This style will teach you and lead you into RuneScape's combat system by introducing abilities one at a time to the player, instead of dropping them all on you and telling you good luck and have fun, which in my opinion never really worked. Once you have mastered necromancy, you most likely explored a nice little chunk of the game, and you will be set up and knowledgeable to fully start exploring the world. Another great example of this is the Fort Thorntree questline, starting with the New Foundations quest, which can be started in the Varrock Castle. The questline allows you to build a fort in RuneScape, which is cool. But it also gives you loads of buffs to various skills through the buildings you build there. You start off with 4, the church, workshop, town hall and command center. But throughout the questline you'll be unlocking more and more buildings with various buffs, like more experience gained in the related skill when skilling in the fort, a chance to have more output and save supplies, or even a flat out buff through the game, like a damage increase when slaying monsters on a slayer task for building the guardhouse. Long story short, build the fort. This next tip is one that applies more to newer players than returning ones, but some of you still might want to hear this. Do quests. Quests unlock the game and progress you further throughout it, but there are so many of them, so which one should you do? A nice rule of thumb I have for these is level skills through quests. Need some smithing experience for something you want to do? Is there a quest you can do that gives that experience? For example, why train from 1 to 29 smithing when you could do the Knight Sword quest that rewards you with an experience lamp that gives you 29 smithing? This quest will be an eventual requirement to unlock all sorts of powerful spells, weapons and abilities in the future, so get it out of the way now. On the topic of experience, if you are training something, a big piece of advice is, assuming you aren't an Iron Man, spend your money. Having money sitting in your coin pouch doing nothing isn't going to achieve anything. My rule of thumb with this is as follows. How much money can you make an hour? Let's say 10 million GP. Okay, this trading method you can do might cost 5 million GP, but it does save you an hour of gameplay time. In my opinion, that makes it worth it, as the next hour you can profit 5 million GP and have saved time in the long run. This is a good mentality to apply when you play RuneScape, as it already costs a lot of time to play the game as it is, so the more of it you can save, the better. And lastly, money making. As this is a bit of a tough one to particularly discuss in a video like this, as methods change all the time. However, some of these are always good to do. Making frames at the fort, making the highest tier of skilling urns at portable crafting stations, obviously slaying monsters for their loot, and solving easy clue scrolls. This last one is a really good piece of advice, as they are, well, easy to solve. Especially if you use a tool called Alt1, which is legal and linked in the description down below, which tells you exactly where to go to solve them. Clue scrolls in general are a fantastic moneymaker, but easies are honestly easily accessible through the content you do, and on average will give you 700 KGP each. At low levels and efficiency, you can solve roughly 10 to 15 an hour, which is 7 to 10 million GB an hour, which is great at low levels. In case you do have a lot of medium clue scrolls, don't solve them, as they are roughly the same profit as easies, but take longer. You can downgrade them at the NPC in front of the Grand Exchange. The one and final tip I can give you is have fun. It's a video game. Enjoy your journey and feel free to ask me questions either in the comment section, on Discord, or during my live streams. On screen right now you can watch me play all the 2024 updates. Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you're new, and my name's Chevalric, and I'll see you guys in my next video.